Hello guys. This is a let's play of Sphearion and Nobues doing Dreknathal's red and blue co-op map. It's kind of a poor you can TP to each other as long as you're not both dead. You can't reuse items like levers and buttons. You can't destroy blocks, etc, etc. You know, general what's the word for it? Adventure map type stuff. Basically, you got to work together to complete a bunch of challenges. Um, as we were playing through the game, something seemed off as far as the challenges went. Like the first couple, without a hitch, they worked perfectly. We didn't really have any problems except for this one because Nobues is an idiot and dies. And I'm locked in a room by myself. I can't get out. He can't get in. He can't make it from the pressure plate outside the door to his door in time to get back into his chamber. So finally, I end up breaking out a couple of this wool, or a couple pieces of this wool, and standing on the pressure pad for him. And then he decides his fingers aren't nimble enough to do the parkour style play, so we trade chambers. Yeah, so we did this a couple of times, and we played for about an hour through this map, and some of the puzzles seem fundamentally broken to me in some way. It seems like, it's impossible to do. Some of them are, fairly simple, as far as, like this one, I jumped back and forth several times, no problems. Finally, we get to a point here in the video where we've probably died 90 times a piece trying to jump through and jump back because the jumps are just too far apart, or they're too high, or whatever the case might be. I don't believe that in the physics of Minecraft that these jumps can be made. And then there's other puzzles in other places that don't seem to be set up correctly, or the buttons on the floor don't work, or something like that. So I'm not sure that this will become a series because there's only 15 challenges. We did the first 4 or 5, I think, in the hour that we played. I'm doing a voiceover of this video because when I got done recording and I started rendering it, I realized that I had no audio. My video has no audio, and I don't know why. I've recorded the last couple of videos with no problems. I haven't changed any microphone settings. I haven't changed any sound settings at all, really. So, my question to you guys is, do you want to see more of this type of gameplay where we do, custom maps? Do you want to see us do like mod spotlights where we pick a mod, we install a mod, we play with the mod, and we show you guys how it works? Do you guys want to see more solo Let's Plays, or more dual commentary style Let's Plays? My last video, I asked everybody to, give us some ideas. Let us know what you wanted to see. Being a YouTube producer is about being both a content maker and an idea creator. I'm not so good at creating ideas. I really want to know what interests you guys. I plan on starting a Dwarf Fortress Let's Play sometime in the near future as soon as I figure out how to get Fraps to record it correctly. Because as it is, Dwarf Fortress doesn't use OpenGL, so Fraps doesn't recognize it as a game to record. So it has to record my whole desktop, which is not exactly what I want. But I'll figure that out as I go. Like I said, this chamber is just ridiculous. We cannot do it. And at one point we both die at the same time, so we both have to run all the way back from the beginning. And the spawn point is up on top of glass, like above everything. It's not where it should be for multiplayer, and since it is a multiplayer map, since you can't play through it solo, that seems like a fundamentally broken issue, unless that was added on purpose. And I'm not sure what the purpose of that would have been. But, needless to say, it is a fun map. If you've got a friend to play with, I do suggest that you head over to the Minecraft forums and grab the map that Dreknathal spent his free time making. It is a good map. The story seems intriguing enough at this point to warrant maybe a second look later when the map's a little more mature, or when the bugs have been tested out of it, whatever the case might be there. This chamber was a whole lot of fun. It was basically timed. You know, you had to speed run through it, and you had to hit the pressure plates and work together to hit the pressure plates in order, and it was pretty interesting. Sorry, I had to get a drink. I'm getting a little scratch in my throat there. This room, where you had to push the minecarts, I had to send him a bucket of water so he could turn lava into obsidian, and then he had to send me a switch so I could open my door. It was an interesting room. Yeah, this was a very interesting room for us. It took a little while to figure out that he had to push the cart back up the ramp to me. But we finally got it. Here I am trying to send the cart back to him on the wrong ramp because he sent it up without the switch in it. The next room was quite interesting. I had to give him the code to put in on his little joystick. It kind of reminded me of the Konami code. It was like up, down, B, or up, down, left, B, right, or something. I don't remember exactly what the code was, but I had to tell him what it was so that he could push it in. This room seemed to me to be broken. The pistons worked to open the wall, but there were 2 gold blocks with pressure plates on them, and I figured if we both stood on one, and we pushed them down at the same time, that something would happen. Nothing happened. No extra pieces came out of any walls to help us get up to the switches. It almost seemed like the redstone was missing in this one. Finally, he realized that he had a chest left in his inventory from the last puzzle, and we used that to be able to reach the switches and kind of cheat our way through, so to speak. It did work, but again, I think that this puzzle here needs another look to make sure that it's not flawed, because we couldn't figure out, maybe we're this retarded, which is a good possibility, but I like to think that we can figure something like this out in a different way, unless that was the way it was designed. If so, please let us know. We have not watched any other playthroughs of this map, so we didn't know what to expect when we were going into it. So yeah, I mean, if you guys like these videos, rate, comment, subscribe. I'm sure that you're glad at this point that I sped it up to about 600% speed so that you didn't have to watch us die 9 zillion times. I would like to thank Dreknathal for making the map, and the story is fairly intriguing even though we're just getting started on the map. But like I said, there are a few bugs that make it almost unplayable. The parkour seems to be a little odd in that the jumps are incredibly far, and I know that in 1.8 you're supposed to be able to jump farther, but the lava doesn't help, because if your toe touches the lava at all, you can't jump. So maybe just something to look into. But yeah, thank you Dreknathal for making the map. For all the viewers, rate, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you're thinking. Yeah, have a good night. We finally just gave up. We really did. We just said screw it, let's go to bed. And that was the end of that. So, yeah.